how much is it to book a call with you?
Nothing. It's free.
Hey, Dr. Sylvia, you are good though.
You can work up to 20 hours on campus, right? But campus jobs are very low paying jobs. They are going to pay you at most $8 or $9 an hour at most. That doesn't pay school fees because we are talking about skills.
And for those who think that they'll be able to work and pay the fees, please stop that. Guys, by popular demand, I brought back Dr. Sylvia Abekwe. So for those of you who are seeing Dr. Sylvia for the very first time, Dr. Sylvia is a Ghanaian who is now working and doing wonders in America. She's a nurse, obviously, as you can see all the titles with her name. She's a doctor, she has MPA, she's an RN as well. And then she teaches nursing in a university in America. And what makes Dr. Sylvia Abekwe's nursing journey very unique is the fact that she used an accelerated nursing program. Today, we are not going to go into the details on who she is, how she got to America and all of that, because we discussed that in an earlier video that we did. And I'm going to link that video in the description below. Okay, so guys, this is just an update because after that interview, my viewers overwhelmed Dr. Sylvia with messages and questions. So she's been very nice to us. She said that she's going to come back and then answer all the questions. Okay, so guys, stay tuned. If you want to become a nurse in the US, okay, and let's say you already have a degree, or even maybe you already have a master's in another field, let's say engineering, whatever, but now you realize that nursing might be it for you for whatever reason, and you want to practice in America, this is a must-watch video. Okay, so Dr. Sylvia, we are very, very, very happy to have you again on our channel. Welcome. And thank you
so much for having me. Hopefully I'll be able to clarify a few things and also to kind of answer a lot of questions that people may have. Yes.
So for those who don't know you, just briefly describe who you are and then we'll just start with the questions. Yeah, just briefly.
Yeah, so I am an entrepreneur. I'm a nurse. I am an educator. I have my passion is in long-term care. Also, I mentor. I also have a transition to practice program for immigrant nurses. That's a transition to the United States. That is those who are coming here and want to be coached or mentored in the hospital setting or in the long-term care setting. I do that for them as well. So that's it, pretty much a little bit about my background. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. So after our first video, which we spoke about the accelerated nursing program in the US, where people can actually become registered nurses in as short as 12 months to like 24 months, okay? And we spoke at length about it. But you were saying that lots of people came into your DMs and then, to ask some more questions. What kind of questions were these people asking, doctor?
So they wanted to know the process, right? So I wasn't sure if I didn't kind of do a good job to really explain. So what we did, the last focus was really to explain what it is. We wanted to find out, explore if international students could do accelerated bachelor's program. And I did accelerated bachelor's program. And so I can say that F1 status allows you to do accelerated bachelor's program. So they had a lot of questions and I took time and I answered a lot, but there's still a lot I couldn't get. So I'll just take a brief moment and then explain the whole entire process. Okay. Who is eligible was one of the things. So let's start from who is eligible. So you should have a bachelor's degree in any other field except nursing. Okay. So if you're already a nurse with a degree, this is not a program for you. Your pathway is going to get a traditional master's degree, right? But these are for people who did degrees other than nursing, who have the love for nursing and they want to do it. So they've kind of shortened the pathway. Now, unfortunately or fortunately, there's a set of prerequisites they would want you to do. So for example, for me, I am a science student when I was coming from Ghana, right? And so all my courses had been more science biased. But then most of the accelerated program not only require only the sciences, but they do sometimes require psych background. And in Ghana, it's very difficult to merge psych and science together. You either take one track. So I was fortunate, I was already here. So I enrolled in a community college and I was able to take these two courses, human growth and development and abnormal psychology. Now, it was possible to do it here because they run a liberal arts education. So in the United States, your courses are mix and match, like mix match. So you can do psych, you can do whatever to just get the number of set credits to get a bachelor's. So that's how it goes. So when people were asking, what can I do? I said, well, this is what you have to do. It's as simple as that. You just go on the website, you type into the Google search engine, accelerated bachelor's program, nursing program, or second bachelor's nursing program. All of these are called, are the same things interchangeably. It will bring up a bunch of schools and then you can do your research. First and foremost, you have to look for accreditation. The school must be accredited, right? You just don't jump on. And I would not recommend you to personally to look for the 12-month programs. It's just too fast-paced, especially when you are coming from a country like Africa to come in. You need to acclimatize with the weather transition. You can't do that yourself, right? So I advise that the 18-month, 24-month programs, you look at those, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you are looking for what we call the CCNE accreditation or equivalent. Those are programs that are recognized. So just to caution you, because there's a lot of programs out there, you want to make sure you have the right one, right? So you go through the application section and you see that they have different tracks of nursing. They have the regular bachelor's 4 years, they have master's program, PhD, DNP, and they also would offer the accelerated nursing program. Some of them will offer it through their continuing education track. Okay, so that's the difference. But you apply just like you would and look at their requirements. So some of them will require you to have your SATs. Some of them will do TOEFL, just like you would any other school when you're coming to the United States, right? So you would apply and then they will tell you to have met these prerequisites. That is where the catch is. For us coming from Nigeria, Ghana, and all the other Africa, it's hard to have an all-rounded education. So the question is, will they accept you? Sometimes it's a prerequisite to admission, right? So if you don't have these done, it's difficult. And it's hard for you to just walk into a university and say, oh, I've done with my degree, but I don't have psychology. So can you just let me come do psychology? It's usually very difficult from coming to Ghana. However, I always tell people that sometimes when you see things written on the internet, you can do more. These are standard, but you can call the admissions office and say that you are interested. You have a bachelor's degree in, say, chemistry, and you are interested in their second bachelor's nursing program. However, your ability to take the prerequisites is limited because you can send your transcript and everything. So you were looking if they had the opportunity for you to come over before you enter or you join the main traditional accelerated program. You take them through their general arts courses and then you then transition into. So for you, it wouldn't be 18 months because you would have to do those 2 or whatever prerequisites you don't have, and then you then will join their accelerated program. Okay. It's still going to be shorter because it's usually a 4-year course. So regardless, even if you add 6 more months, it's 2 years, which is still shorter, right? And some of them too have programs that are already inbuilt like that, where they will allow you to come in and do prerequisites for a time before you join it. So you have to do your homework and look for the right program that meets your need, right? And so that is one question that kept coming. And then they asked that, can they work, right? And I want to tell you that the F1 visa that you bring to the United States has restrictions. That's a student visa. You can work up to 20 hours on campus, right? But campus jobs are very low paying jobs, meaning you can either work in the library, you can work in the cafeteria, you can work in, so they are going to pay you at most $8 or $9 an hour at most. That doesn't pay school fees because we are talking about school fees, which is, that doesn't pay school fees. You're talking about school fees that is way in the thousands, 40,000, 20,000, all of that, right? So it's not going to be practical for you to come in and think that you're going to pay. So when you are coming to a second bachelor's program, you should be ready to have a plan B on how you're going to fund your schooling. But I would say that some schools do give scholarships. But again, the second bachelor's program is hard to get financial aid because you already have a bachelor's. They regard you as already having some degree. So it's not like somebody coming in right from high school. So you are not a priority when it comes to funds, right? So that's the catch there. You are not a priority when it comes to funds. But if you have the money, then yes, that's an easy route to get into the end product. So there's a lot of nuances regarding that. So it sounds very, very lucrative and very, very easy and going, but it has a lot of nuances.
Let me say that. So I'm just going to use, I know that by now some people are saying, now it seems so difficult. Okay, why didn't we add all of this earlier? So let me explain. So in simple terms, what Dr. Sylvia has said, it applies to not even nursing, almost everything else. So I remember when I was back in Ghana, before I became a nurse in the UK, I wanted to come here to do my master's in nursing. So this is what I did. I had like a notebook. I first searched the top, let's say 20, Google, top 20 universities in the UK for nursing or for masters in nursing. So I wrote down all those schools there, right? And then I'm like, okay, let me go to their schools' websites. each school's website. So I have like a page or 2 pages for each school. So I'll go to University of Manchester. I'll go and check their nursing program, the masters, and then I'll check the eligibility, the criteria. I'll check the tuition fees, I'll check the accommodation, and I'll write all of it down. Some of them will say when you're coming, write IELTS. Some of them will also say if you were taught in English and you can get a letter from your university in Ghana, there's no need. So I wrote all of these down. And at the end of the day, I will look through all the universities and I'll say that for these 3 universities, it was very easy to meet the requirements. They are not requiring IELTS, they are not doing, their fees is cheaper. Let me rather apply to these ones. You understand? So that's exactly what Dr. Sylvia is saying. So now, when you go to Google, Google is going to give you the universities in the US that have this accelerated nursing program. And she's saying that be very cautious. Just check that these schools are accredited. You can check at the bottom of the website, usually when they are accredited. Did you say CNNE?
Yeah, CCNE. It's one board that's accredited, and there's a few of them, but you have to do your homework, because I don't want you to. I have a group of mentors that came in with a promise, and then they realized that the school was not accredited, so now they've been asked to all go and transition into different schools, which is a burden. That is why I brought this up, because you have to be very careful what is being sold to you, right? So that is important for me. That is important. I don't want anybody to be deceived. I want you to come in, but I was at the same time, after you say this, I'll tell them what are some of the suggestions that I have, but I have to let you know what is really, I'm telling you as is, because I don't want you to have any.
And I think that's the best. The last thing you want, because they want to practice in the US. That's why they're not doing the program in Ghana or anywhere else. So the last thing you want is for you to finish the program, pay huge sums of money, and after that you can't even practice in the US because your school is not accredited. So that's what we are trying to avoid. So make sure that they are accredited, right? And then you will go through the eligibility criteria for each school. Each school will have different things that they may require. Some of them would ask you to write TOEFL or whatever. Some of them might not even ask you. So you write all of those ones and then see what you can easily meet, which schools demands you can easily meet. But then Dr. Sylvia was saying that some of them, they would need you to have had maybe courses like psychology in maybe senior high school or other health related programs. But that is not the end of the world if you did not do any of those ones. That is not it. You can just call the school and ask if you can start the school by doing those 2 courses, and then you transition into the main accelerated nursing program. And for some schools, they even have it as part of the program where you will come and then maybe as you're doing your course or prior, they'll arrange so that you finish those courses that you missed. So it is not scary at all. Just make sure you're asking. And you can just go on the website and then call the office or send an email. It is not the end of the world. When you see those things, don't let it scare you, okay? And then you can do that. And for those who think that they'll be able to work and pay the fees, please stop that daydreaming. The amount of money, when you're on a student visa, and Dr. Sylvia says that you're only allowed to work about 20 hours on campus whilst you are on this visa. So it is not realistic that amount of money that you'll be making will be able to fund your tuition. So please, if that's what you were looking at, please forget it. Dr. Sylvia, what other questions were they asking you?
So one thing I wanted to add to it, that there are some people who already are here that I got message for. So for them, I have an answer for them. Okay. So those that are from Ghana, Nigeria, who are currently there and trying to come in, this is the nuances. But if you're already here, what you can do is, if you should look at your transcript, and if you look and you don't have the required criteria, you just look for a closest community college and enroll there. They'll give you the F1, but you only have to make sure that you maintain full-time status, and then you take those courses that you don't have. The only thing is that if, for example, you only need 2 courses, but you need 3 courses to be full-time, now that is what you have to do. You have to take the 2 courses and take one other course that you think, like maybe communication or something that you think would help your profession as a nurse, and add it. When you finish, then you apply. So there are some people already here. That is a plus. Or if you came here for a visit and you are here watching me and you are looking to do the accelerated nursing program, again, you should approach a community college and see if they can let you take this accelerated program. They would give you a change of start. You then apply for a change of visa status to F1. It's not a guarantee you're going to get it, but you can go that way. And then you get the F1, and then you take the prerequisite courses, and then you transition to school in an accelerated program. So it is easier if you are here. So that was my situation. I had come in here for a master's program, right? And so after I finished my master's, I already here. So I just went to a community college to take those 2 courses, and then I transitioned into a nursing program. So I still was on the F1 visa. I didn't change off, right? So everybody's situation is different, Everybody's situation is different, but there's a pathway. And I said, sometimes it's just a matter of just a phone call to the school admissions office,
Honestly,
and they'll tell you everything. So, like I'm saying, that it shouldn't deter you if that is your goal. It should not deter you, but make sure that you have a degree other than nursing. If you are a nurse and you want to come in here and you have your bachelor's degree, then I would ask that you pursue a master's or a PhD program in
what of
nursing.
those who have a diploma from, let's say, Ghana or Nigeria, a diploma in nursing?
So if you have which some of them do that, if you have a diploma in nursing, it's considered like an associate degree. So you can then apply for a bachelor's degree. It's still not considered, well, for them, school by, again, this is one of those tricky ones that you can call the school and say yours is an associate and you want to do a bachelor. There's another track. They do ASN, which is the associate to bachelor track. So we have different tracks. So they will probably fall. So it depends on the type of certification that you have or certificate that you have. You can, if it's considered an associate degree, you can have some programs that do associate to RN, and there's some programs that also do what you call the licensed practical nurse to RN. So there are different pathways. So you just have to kind of do your homework. If you need, that's what I said, if you need guidance on these things, they can then seek other help. Right now, I'm even scared to say seek help because my email gets bombarded. I don't mind it, but just right now, I feel like I'm disappointing them because I'm so busy. Like I've hundreds of inquiry, and I couldn't just meet everybody one-on-one. Those who were able to meet me on LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and all of those, I've really been able to guide them. And I'm okay.
You met some of WhatsApp, you know.
I'm telling you.
God bless you. God bless you.
I don't mind it. I love it. I like to mentor, but the only problem is that time, I don't really have the time, but I wish that it was a Q&A input. Then we could even have answered even more questions. But even that, just send the questions to Nanel.
Yeah.
And then when Nanel tells
you will come back. That one will be live.
And then I can answer the question because there's a lot of interest in this topic. I was surprised, a lot of interest. I haven't yet made it my business. Some were asking if I coach in doing that. But I can still say that I can help to look at your transcripts. I can help to look at your applications for you. Again, you might have to do one that we do like a webinar kind of style that people have questions, bring their resumes.
We do a live one.
Yes, we should. We should do a live one because I felt that a lot of people had questions like that. So that is pretty much what I can add. And then I also question people that those who end up getting successful and coming into the program, there's one thing advice that I would give them, that it's very fast track and you know why you are spending so much money to come to school. So the priority is to come to school. So I know that people don't buy textbooks. It's one of the things that international students, we hate to buy textbooks. I won't stress it enough, and it affects our success. Because when you don't already have money, you don't want to repeat it. Because when you repeat it, you're going to pay another semester school fees. So you want to avoid that. So this is what I want to tell you. You want to make sure that you have everything that the course resources says you should buy. Please buy them. I have students who try to be smarter than the system because I don't think they want to be. They don't have the money, so they come in and they don't buy the right resources and they struggle, and then eventually they have to retake the course, which for me, I think is devastating. Like you have to spend so much money. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can drop it on Anel's YouTube channel. It will get to me, or my contact will be here. You can, if you send me an inbox and I haven't responded, I will get to it. But if you jump on my calendar call, sometimes I'm just not available. So now I've done a better job of blocking off my calendar really well, so that I just open the available slots that I have. In that case, you're more likely to get me. So I'm sorry for those.
How much are they paying? How much is it to book a call with you?
Nothing. It's free.
Hey, Dr. Sylvia, you are good though. God bless you. Wow.
It's free call. So they jump on the call, and I don't mind. I really, this is my passion, like to really mentor people. If you get into my transition program, that is a paid program because it's intense. I teach you, I train you. That's the difference. But this calls, no, I don't charge for that.
Wow. God bless you. Please, you come back. Dr. Sylvia, let's go to the Ghana. Let's go. I'm
going 24th of June. I'll be in Ghana. I told you, so I'm going to be good. So, and Nanel, so I have to talk to you about the upcoming application also. So that one, I think I'll talk to you behind closed doors because I really want us to do some unique thing together here on that. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
No problem. You are always welcome. And God bless you so much for your time and your dedication for this. God bless you. You come back and they will do the live.
Yeah, let's do live. And then because a lot of your people have a lot of good questions that I think everybody else would benefit from. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sylvia. I'll not
You're
waste so much
welcome.
time. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much.